for this live stream. Too much to clean my thoughts. I don't force it. Serious and naughty. A big time player. Trip too big and ganja. I went. Flexer. Tina said gym. Too hot like a heater. My neck down froze like winter. I'm very young. Liquor. Shades on the picture. MJ on the sheet. Thriller. 40 bars every night. Non-tolerant. Coaster. I get down like Fogger. Pull up in a beam. Too much to clean and talk. I don't foster. Serious and naughty. A big time player. A trip too big and ganja. I went. Flexer. Tina said gym. Too hot like a heater. My neck down froze like winter. I'm very young. Liquor. Shades on the picture. MJ on the sheet. Thriller. 40 bars every night.
Give me a nice supply of great music. It's a rolling, not a stopwatch coronation.
I love Go Uni Radio.
106.9, the heartbeats of Florida.
All right, good morning, and good morning. Welcome to Go Uni Radio 106.9 FM. And of course, this is Good Morning Coal City right here on your favorite dial. It's actually my favorite dial. And I bet you, I want to encourage you today, make it your favorite dial. So every 7:30, just dial onto Go Uni Radio and you are going to be hearing the awesome voices of your favorite host. Yes. My name is Chike, and of course, I am in the studio with my pretty lady with a golden voice, Esther. Esther, how are you doing today?
Like I said the other day, I'm feeling good. I look good.
Of course, you always look good. Sure. Esther, this morning I saw the picture of people trying to talk to Esther this morning. Jeez, and I was like, see my girl.
Chike, you not let this go. You not let this go. Please.
Esther, welcome once again. And of course, today is the 18th day of December, and we then have 7 days to Christmas, and we are so much excited that Christmas is around the corner, and of course we are already in that celebratory mood, and it's going to be awesome. All right, today we are going to tell you how you're going to feel today, and Esther is always ready to tell you what you're supposed to feel today, how you're supposed to feel today as you're going out there preparing yourself for the Yuletide. And yesterday Esther told us to go out there and never settle for less, right?
Yes.
And today she's still going to tell you to go out there. I don't know what she's going to tell you today, but I bet you that whatever she's going to tell you today, it's going to worth it. Yeah. All right. And remember, you can always join us live by calling us on 08188881069 or on 08076246701. I repeat, 08188881069. or on 08076246701. And always remember that you can always join us live on YouTube at Godfrey Okoye University Radio 106.9 FM. And of course, we're going to see the pretty lady with the golden voice sitting beside me today, looking awesome, looking beautiful as always. All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make welcome to
that name you added yesterday. Add it. Have you forgotten the name?
I've forgotten the name.
Queen now.
Queen. Queen of the. Queen. Oh yeah, that's true. Queen of the moment. Would I say queen of my life? Esther, no, we'll be coming down for that one. We'll be coming down for that one. So let's make welcome to the queen of the show, Esther, who's going to tell us how we're going to feel today. Esther,
yeah.
now.
Thank you so much, Chike, for that beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. All right, good morning, dear listeners, and welcome to this beautiful Thursday, the 18th of December, 2025. Thank you once again for choosing to start your day with us. And wherever you're listening from, I want you to feel this moment, because right now, somebody's thinking of you. Chike is thinking of you.
Yeah.
He's waiting for you, and he's wishing you well.
Of course.
It's Thursday, and the week is slowly winding down. You've carried responsibilities, expectations, and emotions all week long, and yet you're still standing. And that alone deserves recognition. Not every victory is loud. Some victories are simply making it this far. And as December continues to unfold and Christmas draws closer, there's a gentle reminder in the air that you should slow down, you should reflect, and hold on to what truly matters. Chike has been doing a lot of that. I mean, with the way he speaks, I mean, you know that he has been reflecting and he's just planning for 2020. 2026 is going to be a big year for Chike.
Yeah, it's going to be a big way for everybody.
For
That's
everybody,
if you plan well.
If you plan well, yes. So this season isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing love. It's about giving grace and allowing yourself to breathe. Okay, today, be patient with yourself. I keep saying this every day because many people keep overlooking this. Be patient with yourself. If you feel strong, use that strength to lift others up, okay? And if you feel tired, allow yourself to rest without guilt. Nigerians have a problem with resting. Chike.
I don't know why I always feel attacked when you say this thing.
But you won't blame people. I don't want you to say anything. I'll just say Chike, and he's just feeling attacked.
But you won't actually blame people because come on now, there are so many things to sort out. There is so much. It's not because you love doing those things that you have to do, but because there are so many responsibilities to sort out. And come on now, when you're resting, it feels like you're wasting time.
You're feeling guilty.
You need that rest. But then, don't call my name again.
But I just wanted to remind you that you are human, and that is enough. So progress still counts, okay? Even when it feels quiet. So to that listener who feels unseen, who feels uncertain or overwhelmed, this is your reassurance that your effort matters and your story matters. And your timing is not late. Just remember that your timing is not late. Hope doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it arrives with a small light, steady and reassuring. So as you step into this Thursday, walk gently but confidently. Speak words that heal. Don't go open your mouth and be not talking nonsense. I'm going to be quite strict with this because some of you just open your mouth, you spread hate, you just spread lies. No. Whenever your mouth's open, let it bring words that heal, especially to yourself. Do your best with what today gives you and trust that something good is being prepared, even if you can't see it yet. Yeah, so from all of us here at Godfrey Radio and me and Chike, of course, we wish you a very calm, productive, and meaningful day. May today meet you with peace, with warmth, and small reasons to smile.
Of course, may today meet you with peace, with warmth, and small reasons to smile. Yeah, I'm smiling already.
Small, big reasons.
I'm smiling already. It's my teeth. I'm smiling already. Because Esther sitting beside me actually, and then because every day she has a way of regurgitating the very thing that you need to hold on to. Not just hope, but a strong faith in yourself, and a strong belief in what you can do, right? Right.
I'm here for you, always.
Yeah, we are here for you. All right, this is still Good Morning Coast City right here on 106.9 FM Godfrey University Radio. And of course, it's myself and Esther in this studio this beautiful Thursday morning, the 18th day of December 2025.
Yes.
And I hope you're having a good time wherever you are. All right, we're going to go on a short musical break with this one, Black Center and Piano, and when we come back, we're gonna go through what it will look like. Esther is set, ready, and to tell us how we are going to, what we're going to feel today, and as far as weather is concerned. And of course, people are traveling. Of course, it's the festive season. The motor parks are filled with boxes, human beings. Everybody's just trying to leave. Yes, and very soon we'll be traveling too. Yes, I'll be going to New York, and I'll be taking Esther with me.
Take it with him. We're going to, please give me popular places in New York. So I think I'll do my research.
We'll do our research because we just decided to go to New York, but we've not decided where we'll go to in New York. So when we make that decision, we'll tell you guys, and certainly you're gonna go with us. Like we'll be live streaming our moment.
We'll be like,
it's very, you see what she always say. It's good. It's still. dreaming is allowed. Yes, so we are actually dreaming. Yeah,
I don't want New York. I want Paris.
Paris,
the city of love. I want to
yes,
be there.
yes, yeah. Okay, we'll change the plan. So
Paris.
perhaps we'll go to New York first, and then we'll now switch to Paris.
Yeah, we're going to see the Eiffel Tower.
Confirm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you will see us. You see us. So let's go back. Let's play this Christmas on my piano, and we'll come back. It's Christmas time, so we're gonna be giving you Christmas songs. So remember, you can always join us live on YouTube at Godfrey Okoye University Radio, and of course, you're gonna see myself and the pretty Esther with the golden voice inside me. All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Your systems are offline.
We are the hearts of positives.
All right, welcome back, and hope you had good time with that one that was the Black Santa Amapiano.
Hope you're dancing.
Yeah, of course. It's dancing season, plenty parties, plenty engagements. Yes. Right now, many meetings are closing.
December is booked.
December is one fun period. Even when you tell yourself that you just keep it quiet, don't do something. You just see yourself, getting so carried away with the aura of the moment. All right, we're gonna look through what the weather will look like today, and Esther has the weather updates for us. Yeah.
Okay, it's Thursday, like I said earlier, and today is December 18th, 2025, and today Nigeria is clearly a nation of two halves. Meanwhile, the northern and central regions are deep in the grip of the dry season with intense heat and clear skies. The southern coast is experiencing a surprising mid-December moisture surge, bringing drizzle and pockets of thundery showers. So, whether you're stepping out or staying put, here's what you need to know. So I'm going to be starting with Lagos as usual. So in Lagos today, the city is catching a brief break from they will be, because I'm not there, they'll be expecting sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Though through most of the day, like, they'll be having gentle breeze. Unlike yesterday when I was saying there will be like thundery showers. So temperatures will peak to around 31 degrees Celsius. However, humidity remains high and there's still a slight chance of light rain showers later in the afternoon. So it's wise to stay weather alert as the day progresses. And in Port Harcourt, the Garden City, Port Harcourt continues to experience wet conditions. They'll be having thundery showers throughout the day, accompanied by light winds. Despite the rain, temperatures might remain high. They will remain high, reaching about 34 degrees Celsius. So if you're around areas like Transamadi, that's one popular area in Port Harcourt, keep your umbrella closed. Showers may arrive suddenly. And in Ibadan, it's a damp Thursday. We are tracking drizzle and light winds, which should help settle harmattan dust in the atmosphere. Daytime temperatures will rise to about 33 degrees Celsius, while the night cools down to a refreshing 21 degrees, making for a calmer evening. And in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja is basking in pure sunshine today. They'll be having clear skies, light winds, and very low humidity. Temperatures will climb to a hot 36 degrees Celsius, producing that sharp, dry heat. So if you're heading out in Abuja or moving around the city, hydration is key. Tonight will bring relief. Yeah, the temperatures will drop to a cooler 20 degrees Celsius. And in Kano, the harmattan is firmly in control in Kano. Kano is enjoying a clear, bright skies with afternoon temperatures peaking at 34 degrees Celsius. But don't be deceived, the early morning chill is still significant, with temperatures dipping to about 16 degrees. So it is a classic harmattan day. So if you should wear light clothing in the afternoon and warmer layers once the sun goes down in Kano. And now bringing it back to the pride of the East, our very own Enugu. For everyone in Goini campus and across the school city today is looking absolutely beautiful. So we're expecting sunny intervals, a light and pleasant breeze, and daytime highs reaching 36 degrees Celsius, making it one of the warmer days of the week. So as evening approaches, temperatures drop to a comfortable 22 degrees, giving us the perfect atmosphere for the Thursday hustle and a calm night afterwards. So that is your comprehensive weather update for today, Thursday.
All right, thank you so much, Esther, for the comprehensive weather updates. And of course, we'll be going straight up into our top stories for today. And remember, you can always join us live on this show by calling us on 081-8888-1069. I repeat, 081-8888-1069 or on 08076246701. I repeat, 08076246701 to be part of the show. And of course, you calling us in means you're reacting to our top stories, and as well sending out a shout out to your friends and your well wishers. So straight up to our top stories, we have the first story: petrol war fallout, NMDPRA and NUPRC bosses resign as Dangote's petition rocks sector. The story has it that Nigeria's petroleum sector was thrown into fresh uncertainty on Wednesday following the resignation of the chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, and his counterpart at the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, amid the deepening controversy triggered by allegations and a petition filed by the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. The presidency announced the resignations of the two regulators on Wednesday, a development widely seen as fallout from the escalating disputes between the Dangote refinery and the NMDPRA over fuel importation, pricing, and regulatory oversight in the downstream sector. The shake-up came days after Dangote publicly accused Ahmed of economic sabotage and petitioned the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission to investigate what he described as questionable personal wealth, including allegations that the regulator paid about $5 million for the secondary education of his 4 children in Switzerland. On Sunday, Dangote had launched a direct attack on Ahmed, questioning the source of his wealth and how he could afford such an amount for his children's education. The allegations escalated on Tuesday when Dangote formally wrote to the ICPC demanding a full investigation into the NMDPRA boss. In response to the petition and the controversy it generated, Ahmed was summoned to the presidential villa, and his resignation was subsequently announced. Komolafe, who was not directly involved in the immediate dispute, was also affected, with sources indicating that the presidency opted for a simultaneous leadership change at both regulatory agencies. Confirming the development, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, announced the resignation of the two chief executives and the nomination of their replacements. According to Onanuga, President Tinubu has asked the Senate to approve the nominations of new chief executives for both agencies.
Oh, wow. You know, when we went through this headline yesterday, I was like, Aliko Dakote is making it like an open jab. He's not even hiding it. He just went straight.
Do you know what it means for your $20 billion worth of investments to be threatened? If now you be Aliko Dakote, what you go do? You use every weapon within your disposal to you bring the fight, because the guy just had to bring the fight to these guys.
Yes,
for crying out loud. Jeez, $5 million for secondary
school.
$5 million. Esther, that's over.
That's
billions of naira. Jeez, that's billions of naira.
Billions of naira. Jeez. And you know how these
guys
affect other investors. I mean, apart from like just Dangote. I mean, petrol is like everything in Nigeria right now.
No, the country is dependent on it, and then over the years we've always been complaining
just up there
about the carbon. And then go to yes, I don't know we don't really know what's going on there. It's just a battle of the big men. But at the end of the day, the fact remains that there are interests. I can remember Dangote saying that the petrol cabal is stronger and more dangerous than the oil and the drug.
Wow.
Drug cartel, the petrol cartel, the oil cartel. That's how you mentioned is more dangerous than the drug cartel, because everybody is dependent on this. Like every sector of the economy is powered by this. So you see this level of arrogance from some of these regulatory bodies and all these things, and then Dangote having invested $20 billion on that refinery and trying to sell his products. Wow. Whatever is the case, at least he has helped to expose this.
I'm glad that the president saw it fit to get new people immediately. I mean, he didn't even waste time. He already nominated some people, and so the nation is waiting to see what they will do.
Of course,
and the changes they will bring. Okay, for the next news story, VIPs hotels stealing electricity. Disco alleges. Energy theft is a big problem. From experience, we have noted that energy theft is more prevalent where the big men live. We all know that if a big man or a rich man steals this energy and a poor man steals, it's not the same, the CEO said. She added that EKEDC had uncovered cases of large commercial establishments illegally bypassing meters, significantly worsening losses across the network. Okay, we have seen cases where known hotels, including 4-star hotels, bypass meters, stealing this energy and thereby increasing the losses for almost everyone. We are even in talks recently with one of the hotels that was caught bypassing. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the hotel because we're in court, she stated. The CEO said EKEDC currently serves a customer base of about 789,000 and has mapped out short, medium, and long-term goals aimed at improving performance in a sector still struggling years after privatization. We have a customer population of 789,000, and our short-term goal is commercial excellence and closing the emission gap.
Well, it's not new because stealing electricity is one thing.
No, it's not big. I mean, affluent.
Yeah, because
hotels.
the thing is, sometimes these hotels and these big companies, they have a way of fearing, they get jittery with the heavy bills they get. But then I'm not making excuses for them. Stealing electricity is a crime. You shouldn't do it. And but that calls to mind one thing, that if you really want an economy to grow, because two truths can coexist.
Yes.
The truth is that these guys are stealing electricity,
They're stealing,
which
yes.
is a crime, and which needs to be stemmed, and then perpetrators needs to be brought to book.
Yes.
Secondly, means that electricity is far more expensive in this country. Forward to ensure that they have the economy becomes better.
Yes.
So what they do is they subsidize these things. So these are the key things that should be under subsidy if you are looking at promoting industrialization and making a business environment cool for everybody.
Well, so for the next story.
All right, and for the next story, we are looking at Netflix pledges cinema releases if Warner Bros. Takeover succeeds. All right, the story has it that Netflix will continue to distribute Warner Bros. Film in cinemas if its takeover bid for the Storage Studio is successful. The streaming service's chief executive Ted Sarandos said in an interview Tuesday in Paris. All right. We are going to continue to operate Warner Bros. Studios independently and release the movies traditionally in cinema, he said during an event in the French capital while admitting his past comments on theatrical distribution now confuse people. Previously, Sarandos had suggested that the cinema experience was outdated, surpassed by the convenience of streaming. The Netflix boss was being interviewed by Maxime Sada, head of France's Canal Plus Media Group, in the Paris theater that was presenting Canal Plus projects for 2026. All right, so we remember when the news first broke out that Netflix is making moves to take over Warner Bros. Buying it, and people were like, the cinema culture is going to go because of the CEO of Netflix saying that cinema culture is outdated. But then it's good that he's coming out because yes, not everybody streams.
Yes,
and it's good that he's coming out too.
And some people just go to cinemas for the experience, just for the entire thrill and everything. And Warner Bros. Movies, I mean, we know they most of the time they just show these things in cinemas. Well, it's good how he came out to like clear these. Yeah,
but of course, even me, I love cinemas. I still stream, but the thing is, you can't take away the cinemas. There's fun about
you
cinema.
They just seem fun.
I'm talking from the romantic aspect of it. You go to cinema with a woman, you go to cinema and sit down, now.
So for all you what singles to do in this situation, since you just dived into.
I don't know about singles, though. If you like, still remain single in 2026. In fact, as a single person, make sure that you don't remain single.
And that's going to be happening in 2026, but the singles.
2026. Yeah, I'm single. I'm finally sure.
Okay, you can imagine.
2026, we're going to make it. Well, thanks for coming. We're going to talk about the whole 2026 resolutions and the rest of it. All right, still on our top stories for today.
Okay, Regina must undergo drug rehabilitation before access to children. This is coming from Ned Woko. Okay, Senator Ned Woko has disputed recent social media posts by his estranged wife, actress Regina Daniels, regarding their children, insisting that they have not been hidden from her and that her absence has been by choice. He noted that a court has already addressed the matter, directing Daniels to undergo rehabilitation and be assessed by the Abuja Social Welfare Department before access to her children can be restored. In a statement shared on his X account by his communications team on Tuesday, Moko described Daniels' post as misleading and inconsistent with long-established family practice. The recent post by Regina presents a version of events that is both misleading and inconsistent with long-established family practice. Publicly sharing moments involving the children has never been new, unusual, or controversial within the family, the statement said. It added that the suggestion Daniels has been prevented from being present in the children's lives is equally misleading. Woko emphasized that the children have always been cared for in an environment prioritizing routine, emotional balance, and stability. Children deserve a parent who is emotionally present, mentally sound, and sober most of the time. This is not an unreasonable expectation. It is the minimum standard of care any parent owes their children, the statement added.
All right, and certainly the last hasn't been heard about this family. I just hope they sort it out. Yes, I just hope they sort it out.
Right.
All right, still on our top stories for today, we have this one. Opposition demands suspension of tax implementation. The story has it that the National Opposition Movement, NOM, has called on the federal government to suspend the implementation of the new tax reforms slated for January, saying Nigeria is at a threshold of multi-dimensional failure. The movement, championed by opposition leaders like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Senate President David Mark, former Governor of Edo State Odidie Onyegun, Lawal Batagarawa, and Peter B, said Nigerians are already suffering enough and the new tax regime will compound their woes. Addressing a world press conference at the Yaradua Center in Abuja on Wednesday, spokesman of the group, Honorable Chile Ewawa, said they rejected the new tax regime because the timing is cruel and the logic is irrational. What do you think?
It is indeed cruel and the logic is irrational. Nigerians, we are bleeding out here.
Yeah, of course.
This is so unfair. When I saw this tax reform, like when I think it was slated for January, right?
Yeah, January, and then
it's wrong on so many levels.
With the mandate that everybody must have their tax
Do you know what it means? Every person of taxable age should, in fact, you must pay before March. You must pay your taxes, even if you are working or not. You must pay taxes. And I was reading through it, I was like, what exactly does our president want from us? I mean, in a country that we've not been giving, where we've not been giving much to, the high rate of unemployment. Don't get me started.
It's crazy actually, because what you're saying is the truth. Like we don't understand. Yeah, paying taxes is ideal. Every citizen should pay tax, of course. But the fact remains that taxing a dying economy, taxing people who are struggling,
taxing poverty,
who are struggling to make ends meet, and then insisting and then placing this tax in such a way that seriously, I think there's nothing wrong in taxing, but at least you need to provide wealth before you tax them.
Why are you even taxing?
And that's what
are you taxing?
That's what
ordinary citizens are going to be suffering from this, because I mean, where are you getting the money you are using to pay taxes from? It is so unfair. It just feels like the president doesn't care about ordinary Nigerians, because at the end of the day,
let's see how it unfolds, and then let's see how Nigerians really will react by January, when this thing comes into fruition. All right, still on our top stories for today. Insecurity NLC stages protest in Cross Rivers and Vera Plateau. Others. The story has it that the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has declared that workers in Nigeria are no longer safe, even within their workplaces, as union members staged protests in Cross River, Zamfara, Plateau, Bauchi states, and other parts of the country. The state chairman of the NLC in Cross River, Comrade Greg Olayi, made this assertion in Calabar while leading a peaceful protest against the worsening state of insecurity across the country. Comrade Olayi said many Nigerians can no longer live or work in safety, citing attacks on farmers, the abduction of school children, and increasing threats faced by travelers on major highways. So according to him, citizens now live in constant fear, unable to sleep soundly or carry out legitimate activities without risking their lives. And that's the truth. That's the truth, because the country right now is crazy. It's crazy.
Really crazy.
And this Yuletide, like,
and then they're still beginning I don't want to go back to the tax, but I'm so pained when I looked at that appeal for tax reforms, because there's so much we need to do. We're not even safe, and then anyways, we're just watching to see what the government, our government, federal government, will be doing about these things, because by next year we're looking toward a lot of changes in the system, and I just pray Nigerians.
Every year we always come up with changes that are not sustainable. That's the point about this country. Every year the citizens are always hiding, they're always afraid, because they are seeing certain level of policy inconsistencies. But then at the end of the day, the cry is improve the life of the common man in the country through your policies.
Yes.
So you say it's stifling the people, trying to squeeze the people dry. I don't even understand sometimes what goes through the minds of policymakers when they come up with some of the ridiculous policies they come up with. But then let's just see what happens. Let's see. Most importantly, let's see how Nigerians will react.
The nation is certainly waiting. We're waiting to see what will happen come 2026. Okay, for our next news story, tension in Ebonyi University over selection of new vice chancellor. Okay, a crisis is brewing at Alex Ekweme Federal University in Dufa-Alike, Ebonyi State, following an alleged move to impose a new vice-chancellor on the institution in violation of established procedures. Members of the university's governing council had accused the pro-chancellor and chairman of the council, Engineer Dr. Tony Nebo, of unilaterally attempting to appoint a new vice-chancellor before the end of this year, contrary to earlier decision by the council to defer the exercise until January 2026. It was further learned that some council members alleged that Ebonyi State Governor Francis Wifuru is backing the move to influence the choice of a new vice-chancellor. Nebo was alleged to have sent a message to council members yesterday insisting that the selection process must be concluded before Christmas. As a pro-chancellor and chairman of the governing council, I'm informing us that our scheduled council meeting to conclude the selection of a new vice-chancellor of FUNAI will be concluded before Christmas of 2025, the message read. Anything contrary to this arrangement should be ignored. However, Several council members argued that the tenure of the current vice chancellor would expire on February 10, 2026, suggesting that there is enough time to complete the selection of a new vice chancellor in January.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, what is even causing controversy? Just clash of interest.
Yes.
Clash of interest.
But then, if there's a procedure, you already laid down procedures. I feel he should follow the procedures and stop trying
I don't know
to
if
unilaterally
you've
control
noticed
things.
this. Like every single time, especially for federal universities, every single time the tenure of a sitting vice chancellor is coming to an end, there's always controversy. I don't even understand why.
You know, it's actually like that everywhere in security sector, in government. I mean, in every level of leadership, there's always some disputes whenever there.
Because the thing is, there's a laid down rule that you should follow. So sometimes what causes issue is when people who have the power disregard these laid down rules and don't want to do things themselves, want to do their thing. So certainly people will react. Right, so on our top stories for today, there are worse countries than Nigeria. That's Pastor Iyodalo. He says the story has it that Pastor Itwa Iyodalo is a charismatic. Okay, he in an interview he had with Sun newspaper, he argued actually without having to read the story, he argued that there are worse countries than Nigeria, and then Nigeria's issue is not just speculating Nigeria. We already know, but why must we be? The question is always why must we be in that category, in that worst state? Over the years, we just keep repeating the whole thing. There are worse countries, and then we have elites like this making excuses for rubbish.
Let's go to our next news story. It says, U.S. travel ban will drain billions of dollars from Nigeria. Okay. Nigeria could face a silent yet costly external shock as the United States imposes new travel restrictions, with analysts warning the economic impact could reach billions of dollars annually if the measures continue. Under the new measures, Nigerians are barred from entering the U.S. as immigrants or on several non-immigrant visa categories, including B1, which is in business, B2 in tourism, combined B1 and B2, and then F, academic studies. Then we also have M, vocational studies, and J, exchange programs. These categories represent the bulk of visas issued annually by the U.S. Embassy and consulates in Nigeria, covering business. The entry into the United States of nationals of Nigeria as immigrants and as non-immigrants on B1, B2, B1 and B2, F, M and J visas is hereby suspended, the proclamation said. The U.S. government cited security concerns and difficulties in vetting travelers as reasons for the decision, pointing to Nigeria's prolonged security challenges. Radical Islamic terrorist groups such as Boko Haram and the Islamic State operate freely in certain parts of Nigeria, which creates substantial screening and vetting difficulties, the White House said.
Right, of course, the story is right. It's going to cost a lot of billions. People are going to lose.
This is going to affect everybody. It's going to affect students, professionals. It's going to affect people who
everybody, and then even our trip to UK.
Oh. This is so unfair. But let's just say it had just been suspended. It's not like
but it's suspension. Suspension could last for months. It could last for days. It could last for years. But the fact remains that we need to start solving our problem. We need to start focusing on fixing this country, because it's crazy that we still have these terrorist groups marauding across the country. Most times, yes, we know the military is doing what they can, but I'm not sure they're doing their best, because I'm not sure everybody's doing their best. It's not just the military. The fight is not just for the military. It's for every layers of government, especially the federal government, to ensure that they
down
are
to citizens too,
supported and right intelligence is gathered, and then we reduce the level of sabotage we get in this fight. There are moves everywhere, of course. It's a fight, so there will be moves in both the military and amongst the terrorists. But then we ensure that we need this to burn. Nigeria, I believe, with the right leadership, we have the capacity to fix the insecurity problem in Nigeria.
Yes, we do.
And then the Islamic fundamental issues, Islamic extremist issues we have in the country. All right, our last story for today, before we wrap it up on our top stories for today. we have the story AFCON 2025. Supercomputer ranks Nigeria 5th among favorites. The story has it that the British sports data analytics company Opta has ranked the favorite countries for this year's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, listing the hosts at the top of the pecking order, while Nigeria are 5th. With the 2025 AFCON set to kick off on December 21 and run until January 18, 2026, anticipation is building around what promises to be another unpredictable and emotionally charged tournament. According to Opta's supercomputer prediction, hosts Morocco headline the list of contenders, giving them a 19.1% chance of lifting the title for a second time. Right, Morocco won their only AFCON title in 1976. In the group stage, they drew 2-2 with Sudan, beat Zaire 1-0, and defeated Nigeria 3-1. In the final round, they beat Egypt 2-1, Nigeria 2-1, and drew 1-1 with Guinea to secure the trophy.
Football.
Yeah, and of course it's going to be played.
excited.
It's going to be played during this festive season.
Right.
From
So
December
it's
21.
perfect, right? Because
Yeah,
we are
of
home with
course.
our families, and then
we'll
we're gonna be
be
watching
watching
it
it.
together. You know, football is one thing that brings Nigeria together.
It brings
as a
everybody
nation.
together. not just
Everybody
Nigeria.
together.
Football is crazy. Like
It just-
the passion
It
people.
just helps us feel like there's hope somewhere. You know what Nigeria's? I'm just saying Nigeria's peculiar because I mean when I experienced the last AFCON, I was in the hostel. You know, usually girls we don't really understand football like per se.
No.
People say
Some
that.
girls.
Some
actually.
girls, but the way
some girls like you.
honestly, it's not a lie because whenever I look at football, like I used to sometimes even call it a movie, but I was just like, movie really? Are you okay?
Yeah.
But then whenever I watch football highlights, and I'll be like, oh, I'm just seeing green grass, and then people are running on it. I'm sorry for football lovers. I really don't understand. If you could teach me, I'd love it. But then I love football, and I'm glad that this will happen during the festive season.
And of course, they ranked Nigeria as potentially
Whoa,
we are fifth. We are the fifth in the list of people that stand a chance of winning this. And of course, Super Eagles haven't actually been performing well lately.
Yeah, lately.
And well, we just hope that the AFCON we could redeem our
Ourselves.
reputation,
Our reputation.
ourselves in
As
this
the
AFCON.
Eagles.
Yeah, as the Eagles, as the leading football team
Right.
in Africa. But then let's see how it goes from December 21st to 18th of January. It's going to be hot in Africa.
hot.
Watching nations lug it out for the tournament. And of course, before we wrap it up, today is International Migrants Day. And of course, today the UN is celebrating the contributions and opportunities of migration. All right, it has it that the International Migrants Day gives us a special opportunity to shine a spotlight on the invaluable contributions of millions of migrants around the world. It's also a day for us to highlight the increasingly complex environment in which migration occurs. Conflicts, climate-related disasters, and economic pressures continue to drive millions of people from their homes in search of safety or simply opportunity. All right. Happy International Migrants Day. Of course, all of us are relatively migrants. Yeah, right. Yes, we've migrated from somewhere to somewhere. Originally, I'm not from Enugu State, but here.
I thought you wanted to call maybe a country abroad or something like that. Sorry, oh yes, we are all migrants. He's a migrant. I don't know about myself. But then we celebrate all migrants around the world, especially those who are making significant contributions to
Of
the
course.
countries they migrated to.
Certainly. All right, hope you had fun with us, and unfortunately you couldn't call today, but remember that you can always call us. The phone lines are always open once the show kickstarts. Remember, you can save the number 081-8888-1069. I repeat, 081-8888-1069 or on 08076-246701. I repeat, 08076-246701. All right, tomorrow we're gonna come back again, and it's going to be same routine, same phone time with myself and Esther, the lady with the golden voice.
Yes.
So Esther, what do you have to tell our listeners before we wrap it up today?
Okay, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for being with us up until now. Thank you for, even for those who will be going back later to watch our live stream later on YouTube. I want to say thank you for your engagement, and we love you and we appreciate everything you do. So just keep it locked. This is still Going You Radio 106.9 FM Enugu, and just we love you. Have an amazing, productive day. Okay, remember, there's just so much that can happen in a moment. still
Right.
have endless possibilities. Just remember that.
Of course, and this the life you're living is a life of endless possibilities. Believe in yourself and keep working hard for it. So have a good day, have a blissful
Have a good
Thursday,
one.
and stay fabulous.
Yeah,
Like
stay
Esther is
fabulous.
staying fabulous.
Stay
today.
fabulous.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow morning.
Right.
Your best station still remains 106.9